We would like to start the ceremony with the land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of many indigenous nations, including the Mississaugas of New Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also urge all present to become allies and supporters of Indigenous people today as they seek land rights and justice for their communities. I would like to also start the ceremony by introducing Dr. Richard Sandbrook. He's a professor emeritus at University of Toronto who will be starting the ceremony.
Thank you. I'm also Vice President of Science for Peace, and this forum is a joint production between Science for Peace Canada and the student organization, which is the Science for Peace campus group. And I'd like to thank Ellie Kiersner for chairing this organizational committee and showing such leadership. So I think we'll all agree that today's topic, climate emergency, what is to be done, is indeed the topic of the hour. And I think we have a good selection of academics and activists from the climate movement to allow us to get various slants on this very important question. Before I introduce today's keynote speaker, I would like to commemorate the life of a fallen comrade, Mohammed El-Macy. Mohammed El-Macy was an engineer. He had not been very long a member of Science for Peace when he was on the Ukrainian Airlines flight that was shot down near Tehran just last week. What makes this, his death, extremely poignant, and of course very, very sad, is that at the time of his death, he was establishing a working group on drones. And in fact, his death was the indirect result of a drone attack irresponsibly directed by Trump at General Soleimani. So the life of our comrade Mohammed was ended, but his work will go on the drone project. I'd like now to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Dani Rodrik, who is a professor of geography at the University of Toronto. And I think it's no exaggeration to say that Dani has devoted his entire academic career since the 1980s to the study of various aspects of today's central question. In fact, in the late 1990s, Dani wrote 2 textbooks, one for undergraduates and one for postgraduates on climate science. Since the 2000s, he has focused on how we can make a rapid transition to green energy, both in general terms and also with specific reference to buildings, transportation, and steel manufacture. So I think you'll agree that Dani Harvey is very well qualified to set the stage for our forum this evening. So Dani Harvey.